given there's a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Yes? I should get to know you better. All right.
I grew up in Ferelden, near Homley. I was transferred to... This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it. I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition. Largely, apparently I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years.
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mage...
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard...
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached... There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare. The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrian had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
I'll let you...
Should you...
The mages will be able to seal the breach.
Think of using the Templars instead.
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Glad to see traitors are dealt with quickly.
We must do whatever it takes to protect our interests. I am pleased that you agree.
I have no tolerance for traitors.
You take a harsh view, but I suppose that is the way in these troubled times. We will make the Inquisition a force to fear. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do. Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified. The only thing that will calm them, you have to seal them. Your legend will spread and
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages?
I've known mages. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right. I have made friends, and on occasion enemies.
You have a hit.
I had... The world seemed much duller.
You seem to...
She was... the bull. We've been friends ever since.
What do you...
It's not... And that's all I'm saying about it.
We can continue...
You know where I am.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know the Chantry is no longer a threat to us.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I think the Templars are worth investigating.
I agree. What could the Lord Seeker be up to?
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
Grey Wardens? I'm not familiar with them.
They're an ancient order that has existed to fight Darkspawn invasions since the First Blood. They have faded since those glory days, but haven't disappeared entirely. Ordinarily, their order is neutral in political affairs, but they appear in strange places.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Divirtam mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull? He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horn. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last that I worked for. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
You built for them the Golden City, the center
I have heard.
of all creation.
Ah, Lord Trevelyan. May I have a moment?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore... My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker...
I found something the demons left behind.
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and... You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
You said...
No, I was never... But when... Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in.
You said cause...
Yes, I may be... At the least, some materials are...
I'll speak with...
Thank you again. Please tell me if you find...
Yes, Ambassador?
I'd like to discuss your parents.
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest man of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us. What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
If that's what you want, I'll send a letter to my family. They'll respect the request if it comes from me.
Wonderful. That will save time. Val Royeaux has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
You are from Ostwick. Orlesian nobles consider the Free Marches somewhat... quaint.
Orlesians are just baffled free marchers governing themselves without an empress to hold their hands.
A peasant might get away with that insult, but not someone of your stature. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
This can't be what you're accustomed to, Ambassador.
One adjusts. I stay busy. It helps take my mind from our surroundings. And the cold, and the wildlife, and the lack of civilization for miles around. Why anyone lived here before we found Andras's ashes, I cannot... If that is how you feel, I'm pleased to hear it. Until next time, my lord. Good day to you.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Commander...
Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything...
What's your impression?
I suppose I should be what... And he has the most fascinating story.
Let's speak...
Farewell. What may I do for you?
How do you...
I believe we actually met in Val Royeaux.
What exactly...
It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter.
What exactly...
I meet... We are a young call.
Then you...
As well as prevent controversy as news...
How heaven...
Make... Many... I intend to see that they are.
Tell me how...
I'd been... It's to everyone's benefit if we
So was it the...
The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
I can only imagine...
I'm afraid history holds many examples.
Let's speak...
Another...
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
work?
Let's see what we have.
At your service.
The Inquisition!
Oh, they never wanted one before.
Where are the hounds? Who lost the hounds? One down.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk, and then you're just a person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
They say I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
There's no... 'Cause Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Lord Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the civil war. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Better and better. The Inquisition should attend more of these parties.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
I was chosen by Andraste herself to carry out the Maker's will.
You dare to speak of the Maker's will, with foul magic dripping from your hands. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
The Marquis doesn't interest me. Do whatever you like with him.
Poor Marquis. Issuing challenges and hurling insults like some Ferelden dog-lord. And all dressed up in your Aunt Solange's doublet. Didn't she give you that to wear to the Grand Tourney? To think all the brave chevaliers who will be competing left for Markham this morning, and you're still here. Were you hoping to sate your damaged pride by defeating the Herald of Andraste in a public duel? Or did you think his sword would end the shame of your failure? Run along, my dear. Do give my regards to your aunt. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first enchanter of Montsimard and enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is your interest in the Inquisition Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming? It's professional, of course.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivian.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Something?
So, this is it, huh? Oh, no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be... Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? because someone yelled it real loud. Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all... Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here, really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to... Sound good to you, or chosen Lord Herald?
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from...
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone... Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Tell me...
What about me?
Yours.
No one.
That's...
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It...
Oh, sir.
Well, it's not like...
Is it an...
Where would I find one in alleyways, anyway?
How about the... I got...
All over? Okay, fine. Denim in for a bit.
There are no...
Nope. It's complicated. I don't like complicated.
You're not like...
Thanks. Like that's soulless, right? No abuse.
There's a lot of...
Your great...
That...
None of it does in the city. That...
We'll talk...
If... Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A bit... Not too late to go find some. Or stay home. Pulling in... At least I'm used to that.
What do you...
Which? The ones who do things, the ones who give orders?
What about so...
Soulless? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
What do you think...
Lilia. No. And coloured. I suppose if you...
What's your...
She's a bitch, but she knows.
Thoughts?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though.
We'll talk...
Good. Something on?
You apparently...
It's not everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who...
You just...
Well, I agree. His heirloom. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or...
I'm glad I met you before someone decided...
You're no hate... Anyway, no... Plus, I'm shy at singing.
He's rich.
Dunno.
Don't you...
Not... And besides... Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
So do you take turns?
There's nothing to leave, other than... Probably best. Some are right answers.
Where...
If I... Look, yeah, well, anyway. The little people will be there.
Seemed like...
Don't need... I did... Probably... Anyway, free payday. And free blame ride.
I can play...
You have a choice. Hey, all the...
We'll talk...
It's all...
Hello.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called. I admit I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition. Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
The Circle had plenty of problems, but it's an institution we sorely need.
I wish more people understood the truth of this. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate. Failure is a luxury we cannot afford. For almost and now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
I was given this blessing by Andraste herself.
We can only hope she offers you better guidance than she... I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Yes?
Is there anything I can do to help?
After the circles fell, I've received news that some tomes have been located.
I'll look in.
If you can... Yes?
I'd like...
Whatever would you like to know?
You're right.
I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but
I'm curious.
Nope. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial...
Your...
Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance.
What do you...
In such troubled times as these, however...
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word
I don't know
dispels the
if
darkness
a
upon us.
Carriodon can get you that many. At your service.
All right.
Nothing to report, sir.
Thank you.
Say so.
I don't know. Well, how much did you need?
It's good to have a
Yeah! Yeah!
Whoa!
Make this a fight, not us.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come! Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I'm not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Ward...
It's... outside of Blights. It's as bad.
Do you have any...
Maybe. I don't really know.
Why haven't you gone missing?
Well, maybe I was going to. My job was to recruit on my own. Planned to stay that way for months. Years.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This Warden walks with the Inquisition.
anybody else smell that? Seriously, just me?
If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
I've built watchtower.
Nicely done. That'll give both your I'll speak to the master.
appreciate you finding her, and I'll see to it that this never happens again.
many refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
Be the wolves Master Dennett's wife warned us about.
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
A demon!
Farmers should be safe from the wolves.
Well, they might still lose a few sheep here and there, but that's wolves for you.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
The wolves should be back to normal.
That's good to hear. It may not...
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now. You've held up your end of our bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it. Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again. I've heard some things about you lot. Can't say I'm not interested in what it all means. All right, Inquisition. I'll look to your horses myself. Never let it be said that Redcliffe gave less than the best. Just let me settle matters here and say goodbye to my wife. I'll meet you at Haven.
Think you'll ever go back to Navarra, Seeker?
Why? Are you eager to see me go?
I wasn't, actually. But now that you mention it...
How do you know I wouldn't just drag you along?
Be still, my heart. I've grown on you.
Like fungus.
Nothing to report, sir.
That will need...